Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The next generation of Pokemon games that was pioneered by Legends Arceus. This was supposed to be the brand new Pokemon game that everyone was gonna love and that was gonna bring everyone back to Pokemon. And I can say that it kinda did, but for the wrong reasons. I mean, if that intro full of bugs isn't a clue as to what's going on here, let me just tell you something. Pokemon has a huge problem. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has divided the community in a weird, kind of funny way. You see, half of the community doesn't like this game because of the bugs and glitches and is rightfully upset. But you have the other half who bought the game and are coping with it by laughing at the hilarity of it all. And I don't blame them either. Both sides are understandable. I mean, have you seen the bugs and glitches, man? Some of these are just fucking hilarious.
But as hilarious as they are, Pokemon didn't really need to make a new game this quickly. I mean, we really just got 2 games. We got Legends Arceus and then the Sinnoh remakes. And I think that would have kept us pretty satisfied for another year or so. And I think this game needed that extra year just to kind of get things going, if that makes sense.
There are so many bugs and glitches. Like, there were so many that I'm going to show throughout this video when I'm not showing myself that just prove that this game should have been in the oven for longer. You have game breaking out of bounds glitches. You have the game just shitting itself. I mean, what else is there to say? This Pokemon game has a huge problem. Like, seriously, this is one of the buggiest Pokemon releases in a long time.
If you look back at every single Pokemon game, there really hasn't been that many bugs and glitches. And if there were, they were usually minuscule and rarely interfered with gameplay. But here, it feels like you're bound to get one bug a game session, you know? And I don't think that's good for Pokemon, or for any game really. As much as you can blame the developers and hell, even Game Freak, I think this falls the most on Nintendo. Because let's be real, the Switch is weak!
I would be surprised if the Nintendo Switch could run Call of Duty Black Ops 2, okay? If you played through this game with no bugs or glitches and everything ran fine, you would love this game. It's a really good game. There's a lot of good things in it to be had.
But therein lies the problem. You have to emulate it or get a better way to play it. The Switch is not going to cut it, and I think that's horrible, because this game has a lot of potential. Like, you can see the heart and soul in this game, but then again, you can also see the miles and miles of bugs awaiting you if you start taking this journey. That being said, though, this game reminds me a lot of Sword and Shield, just in how it feels, but it's also an addition. It's like building on something, and I think that's great. But there are some things that just are done worse here than they were done in Sword and Shield. For every couple of steps you take forward, you take a couple of steps back. That's how Pokemon games usually go.
This game should have spent more time in the oven, in all honesty. I think that Game Freak should have given their fans something better than this. And I mean, it's not a hard fix, honestly. Like, here's 3 things, not even 3, here's 2 things you can do. On the developer side, give them more time, okay? Nobody was expecting another Pokemon game after you gave us Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus. I mean, look at the release dates between the 2. That's not a lot of time for the developers, and I don't think it's fair to the developers of Pokemon. Or any developers that work under Nintendo, for that matter. I mean, Pokemon can get away with this. If a game like Metroid did this, you would never hear the end of it. Well, actually, you would. Metroid probably wouldn't get a game after this. Like, it's that bad. Imagine if they released Mario Odyssey with this many bugs and glitches. Like, it wouldn't be as well received as is. Mario 64 gets the pass because it was brand new. Like, that was a pioneer of that shit. Of course it's gonna have bugs and glitches and issues. But this, it could have spent more time in the oven, in all honesty.
Let's not forget about the main problem, which is the Nintendo Switch itself.
The Nintendo consoles are just not that strong at the moment. I mean, the Nintendo Switch is a good console, but it's really limiting. I mean, seriously, imagine if Nintendo came out with a console that was as powerful as, like, the PS5, okay? That would be fucking insane. Imagine playing Pokemon Legends Arceus on your PS5. That shit would go hard. 4K, beautiful, like, they could go all out on everything. The NPCs, the Pokemon, the moves. Like, seriously, the playing field just becomes better. I don't care if we get a Pokemon game every 5 years if it meant that it would be just one of the best games of the decade. Say what you will, but Nintendo's not doing these games any favors, and it sucks. Between deadlines and limited hardware, it makes sense as to why this game came out the way it did. I didn't expect this game to come out for at least another year and a half. Like, seriously, give your devs fucking time. I mean, you get so much money from like the TCG, you know, from all the plushes and figures and shit you sell. Like, you'd think, you know, one of the highest grossing companies in gaming, let alone in the world, would be able to make a good game day one without having to patch too much shit. Like, seriously, it's like day 3, I think. And yeah, it's still going. There's still bugs and glitches to be found. Like, you could look up Pokemon glitch or Pokemon bug on Twitter right now. They're fucking blowing up, okay? It's just comical at this point because all of the issues that this game has could be fixed almost instantly, but they're not gonna be fixed. And that's what sucks. Pokemon Scarlet Violet is both the best game in a minute and the worst game in a minute, just because it's so fun, but it's so buggy at the same time. You could literally be playing for like 20 minutes and then you're like, wait, doesn't this game have bugs? And then immediately 5 minutes later you get bugs. Take it as you will, but I think this Pokemon game will go down as one of the Pokemon games of all time. Probably in front of Sword and Shield for whatever damn reason.
Well, thank you so much for watching, Horde. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you should probably check out one of these 2 videos right here. Yeah, that's all I got. Stay safe out there. Brains.